Good morning. I'm Dennis Willich with Nationwide Southwest. I'm here today with Chris Mcdonald over at Zellner Appliance, Conway, Arkansas. Chris, welcome aboard, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here with me this morning.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Zellner. I know that's a long history of Zellner Appliance. Tell us a little bit about the company.
So there's a local Votech up in Morrilton, Arkansas. Bill Zellner was one of the very first graduating classes. He actually was in the first graduating class. Out of that, he started his service business in 1967. In 1971, he was convinced to start the retail side of it, and it just took off from there. And so we have been serving Faulkner County for about 55 years now.
Wow. Okay. Now, in the beginning, what all did you carry in the beginning? What were all the different products?
Everything that he could sell. So in the beginning, we were Whirlpool exclusive from the beginning.
All right.
But he also sold TVs. He sold stereo equipment. He sold, at one point, they did microwave cooking schools to try to push when microwaves were coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And so Judy was very involved in that part of it. But he sold, over the years, he sold videotapes.
Oh, yeah.
Satellite systems.
Yep.
There's one other, he even sold fireplaces at one point. But Bill he was always looking for, things that he could sell that kind of worked in with everything else we sold. So he was kind of entrepreneurial in that way, I guess.
Oh, yeah. And back in the days, you go back that far, you had to add other things in.
Yeah.
And find different things because every sale was important.
Yes,
and of course, in the communities you're serving, my gosh, there were so many different things. I remember back in the day, that far back, I can remember selling ceiling fans.
Yeah.
And well, whatever it took, you kind of just got in it and promoted and marketed, and that's what you had to do.
Well, back in the day, he even sold air conditioners. I remember that because they used to go out and install those, and they'd have to build the pieces that go up under it. We haven't sold air conditioners for probably 15 years, and we still get phone calls today asking us, do we have air conditioners for sale? So it's been an interesting journey for the business.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about the appliance business. You're in that today, for sure. What is your range in the appliances? Do you, what are you going all the way from the opening price point all the way, or do you do luxury all the way up into some of the more high-end stuff?
We do have some builders there in town. So we've got, kind of how you guys break down the business with the duress business versus people that are planning out building a home. We don't do like really high end, but we've gotten some $10,000 stoves, $10,000 refrigerators for houses that are really nice houses in town. But then we also serve the little old lady that's looking for her washer broke and she's in duress and she needs it today. So we do the whole spectrum. Anything that we can order through Whirlpool, we'll get it for them if we can.
Right. And what all brands do you have on the floor today? What are you marketing?
We're Whirlpool exclusive.
Okay, Whirlpool exclusive.
Yes, sir. So we do Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid. And then we also sell the Gladiator refrigerators. It's kind of a sub-brand.
Right.
But that's pretty much what we focused on the last several years.
I got it.
And the community's really supported us and helped the business grow. So, and they keep coming back for Whirlpool products. So.
Right. Now, do you do your own service?
We service the stuff that we sell within warranty. We did have a service tech up until about 4 or 5 years ago. He retired, and so we had a guy that was doing TV repair because we were still in the TV business for about 5 years ago. I think the last couple of years he did more estimates than anything because it got to the point where TVs were a little bit throwaway.
Right.
And our appliance guy, I think he retired 4 or 5 years ago, and so we've thought about getting back into it, but we have a company that supports us that we've got a hotline into, and they take care of our customers for us. So we haven't gotten back into the service business ourselves.
Okay. But you're hooked up with a third party.
We are.
That does
Yes, sir.
all of that. And then, of course, the service after the sale. Are you selling extended warranty?
We're not right now, but we are looking at the life proof that we saw the seminar yesterday. I'm very interested in that. The thing that you guys do really, really well here is you're always offering the next thing that we need and something, and it's palatable for our budget. So,
right.
And I think that's a very interesting concept, the life proof. There's no telling how many times customers have come in and their fridge went out or their freezer went out and they've lost food. And so being able to even offer something there to say, hey, we understand, we feel your pain, and here's what we're going to help you with. So that is something I think that we're going to look at really hard here in the next year.
You know, let me tell you something. Back in the day, when I grew up, extended warranty was almost like a bad name.
Yeah.
In other words, it was like, well, what do you mean I need to buy an extended warranty? What are you selling me junk or what? I mean, it was kind of like that.
Right.
Today's environment is so different.
Yeah.
Because we have the generations today. All of the stuff you read about, the younger generation, they don't expect things to last too long.
Right.
They change out things.
Right.
So they're very open to buying a warranty that will just cover whatever the 3 to 4 or 5 years they think is, but they'll buy them. Yeah. All you got to do is just offer it. And if you just offer it, you probably close 40%.
Yeah.
Not even doing anything else. If you sell it, you probably sell 50, 60%.
Oh, yeah.
So the point is, you should take advantage of it. They're already in your store. They're buying from you.
Right.
You might as well add it on, because here's the thing I tell everybody. They're going to get that offer someplace.
Right.
So, when you look at your marketing, what are you doing in your neck of the woods on marketing?
Unfortunately, I am the marketing department in our store. So, I mean, we're a small store. We've got, I think, 6 employees altogether. But what we're trying to do, we do a lot of broadcast. And so, we've got several stations there that we kind of cycle to. We do some Facebook advertising, although we need to do a lot better. But we're also talking to some of the guys here just to kind of get some ideas about things that might be an option. Obviously with small store, small budget too. So and that's the thing that's exciting about here is there are more things available at a price point that we can deal with versus having to pay a big firm to do it.
Right. Well, and I was going to say, you come here, you can get those ideas. You can figure out kind of like, okay, here's where I'm at. This is my budget. And you can get some direction on where you should spend money.
Right.
Because there's a lot of different places you can spend money, as you know.
Yep.
Some work, some don't. Some work better, some less. So here's where you should come and sit down, spend a little time. You come here and spend 30 minutes to an hour, sit down, talk to somebody about what you are. You got information. We can pull information up on your market right here.
Right.
Tell you exactly what's going on around it. And real quickly, you can come to kind of a idea what would work, what wouldn't work. And I tell you what, I encourage everybody today, you've got to talk to them. And I keep taking my phone. We all have one. So does the consumer.
Right.
And the consumer is looking at this all the time.
Absolutely.
Every single day. I was reading social media. We're over 3 hours average a day on social media. Lordy, 3 hours a day? I mean, that means people are seeing a lot of things. And if you're there, they're going to find you. They're going to see you as well.
Right.
So that's a really important thing right there. Let's talk a little bit deeper into this thing. Tell me about sales. How is the market? How are sales?
Sales have been, they dipped a little bit the first part of the year. The last couple of weeks have been kind of picking up. We always kind of expect at this time of the year because people are either paying their taxes or they're waiting for that refund to come in. And so we've had several customers the last week that have come in and unfortunately, this is probably not the best way they want to spend their tax money, but their refrigerator went out or something. And so they're like, hey, thank God for that tax money. But I think that's part of it. We typically see around January, it'll be a little bit slow and then it'll kind of start picking up the months after that. But the last couple of months, sales have been pretty good.
Okay.
There are some days we might sell a filter, but then there are some days that we sell 5 refrigerators. Yeah. We had a couple of weeks ago that within 2 days, I think we sold 7 dishwashers, which our install guys love that, I'm sure. But, we apologize. We said, guys, this is what sells. So we took it.
Yeah, right. What are you doing with in your financing? Do you offer financing in the store? Or, in other words, a lot of our members offer in-store financing, or do you have consumer financing through one of the third parties?
We've got 3 third parties that we work with. We've been a Synchrony client for a long time, Synchrony Home. Yeah. And that is our first. Okay. We also have the waterfall process that we have American First Finance. Okay. So we do have a secondary. So if they don't hit the credit range or for some reason there's an issue with it, it automatically goes to the secondary, which is the American First Finance. And then we also take SNAP. We have a lot of customers that will come in. And what we've seen with SNAP is, they may be looking at a $570 washer, and now they're buying a $779 washer. So, that has really helped us out. We have customers that come in and they're about to close on a home, so they'll use one of these other scenarios that doesn't really hit their credit, so they can go ahead and purchase a couple of things that they need before they move in. Yeah.
Well, and that's what you need to work. You got to have those kinds of things available so that you can the way I look at it is like fishing. You go out today and you throw a big net out, and when you pull her in, we don't really care. We just want fish. Right. And it doesn't matter what we're catching. We just want fish. Right. And we throw a big net out every morning when the sun comes up. Yep. I say, throw a net over, bring him in. We don't care. If you're buying a dishwasher, buying a washer, buying a refrigerator, whatever it is, but we want you to come buy something.
Well, and we have pretty good approval rate with Synchrony Home. Okay. People love that 12-month same as cash. Yes. And the other thing that we're seeing too is them having that card with our name on it. Oh yeah. A lot of times that pulls them back for the next purchase and the next purchase after that. Yeah. A lot of them would tell us, hey, when I get this one paid off, I'm coming back here 6 months. So that's been really helpful. And that's been something that we've had at the store for a while. The secondary ones, we've just pulled those in probably in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay. I have a question. So when you look at your approval rate with, say, Synchrony, what is the approval rate? What kind of percentage are you up to?
I don't know the exact number, but I'd say it'd have to be in the 90s. We do not get many declines on that. They've been really good.
Okay. Well, that's good. Now, let me ask you another question. Credit card. Mm-hmm. How much credit card business do you do?
I would say, and Judy probably knows better than I do on this, but I would say probably it's mostly, I would say 60 to 70% credit card. Okay. And then we have, and by that credit card, I mean, it could be Synchrony or Snap or whatever, but then probably, 30 to 40%, somebody will come in and write a check or pay cash.
All right. And the reason I asked that question, because the big buzz today is people coming in with credit cards. Mm-hmm. And when they swipe that credit card, it's going to cost you like a couple points or whatever more. A lot of our members, even you talk, as you're here to show, talk to some of them. We have several members now that they are doing a credit card surcharge. Yeah. 2%. And from what I've heard, there has absolutely been hardly no pushback whatsoever. Yeah. People kind of understand what you have to do to run a business, what the cost is to run a business. And so it's saving a lot of our members a lot of money. You don't really think about it, but at the end of a month or a year, and you look at all the sales that you did with credit cards,
it adds up.
Line, but there's a bunch of money falls to the bottom line. So that's another place for you. Just something to look at.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, what we do kind of the opposite. Instead of adding on, we include that when we build our pricing. We'll build our pricing assuming they're going to use a credit card.
Oh.
And then that way, it's kind of the other way. Instead of saying, hey, we're going to charge you extra, what we'll say is if you write a check or cash, we'll take 2% off.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
But either way, you're taking care of your business.
Yeah.
That's the thing I was thinking.
Yep.
And the way, because number one, we just, like I say, this business that we're in, it isn't like we make, $1 zillion on selling appliances. We have to find out ways to add that extra point and a half here, there. And those are the dollars that fall into the bottom line where you make all the profits. So that's always.
Well, and to your point earlier about the extended warranties, I think that's, sitting in that session yesterday, I thought that may be something that we could see an incremental revenue stream there.
Yeah. And by the way, anytime that you're financing 0%, 12 months, whatever, it is a no-brainer to put that extended warranty right in.
Yeah.
It's just a few dollars a month.
True.
And so it works out very well, and customers accept it extremely well. So everything works out very, very well.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, I want to tell you, it's been a pleasure sitting here. Let me ask you one last thing. If you had one thing that you wanted to say to our membership out here today about being part of Nationwide Southwest, what would it be?
I would say that we appreciate the support, and I would say that these events, the networking, the information that you find just walking around from booth to booth it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You guys do a great job of taking something that is probably not available outside of a group like this. And I mean, even having your website part of the co-op, having some of the analytics you guys can do, I would tell them to take advantage of it. Yeah. I mean, because you've got plenty of resources that are out there.
Yeah. Well, listen, have a great day, Chris. Appreciate you very much. It's been a pleasure. Okay.
Well, it's been a pleasure for me, Dennis. Thank you.
Thank you.